Welcome to the first Sunrise Yoga class of 2024. Let's begin by bringing your awareness into the body. Notice how you're sitting, how it feels to be in this body. This bright, sorry to say bright early morning, this dark morning. It'll be bright and early soon, that's right. Feel your seat getting rooted and grounded down into your mat. Thinking about it grounding down towards the earth. And then begin to grow up through the spine, up through the crown of your head. Notice how those subtle changes in the body start to deepen the breath. And then tune in to the movement of your breath. Let that inhale deepen all the way into the base of the belly. Pause with the lingering at the end of the exhale. I'll set up the timer, and we're going to take 3 minutes of Ujjayi breathing. So Ujjayi breathing is the Darth Vader breath, sort of constricting at the back of the throat, pulling the air in, pressing it back out, and you'll feel the vibrations around your brain space. You'll hear that breath inside your nasal cavity area. So go ahead and empty your breath and begin. Pause the effort, just letting your breath go back to its own natural way. And then with your next exhale, keeping the spine upright, just drop the chin towards your chest. Let that head be heavy. Let the shoulders sort of sag away from the ears. And then keeping the spine exactly as it is, with your next inhale, lift up through center, up and back, and let your head hang back. So you can jut the chin forward. Let the shoulders remain relaxed. And with your next exhale, drop the head forward. Lifting up and back with the inhale. Again, drop forward as you exhale, and just bring the shoulders forward a little bit, like from the sternum down remains unchanged, and lift up as you inhale. So we're just taking that movement a little bit lower into the spine, but you want to keep the waist area upright and unchanging. And with your next exhale, go ahead and bend the whole spine, really draping over. And as you inhale, lift and use your hands on your knees to pull yourself up and back. So you're really arching all the way down to the bottom of the spine, and then roll forward again as you exhale. Up and back as you inhale, and start to activate your belly so that as you exhale, you can feel the stretch around the whole back, but especially around the lower part of your back. Take one more full rounding on the exhale, lifting on the inhale, and then come to an upright seated position. Drop your left ear to the left shoulder and reach your right arm out and down towards the floor. Turn your palm up, your thumb back down towards the floor behind you with the pinky lifting, and then just turn it forward, turning it as much as it can. You should feel this all the way up in your shoulder. Again, lift and turn, and then turn the palm over, sort of like inside out. Take that one more time. You can match the breath with the movement. The inhale is turning the palm up, and the exhale is turning the palm down. And at the end of that exhale, bring your hand back and come back to neutral. Just notice how the right side feels very different from the left. And then drop your right ear to the right shoulder. Take your left arm out to the side, and as you breathe in, turn the palm up. Turn the palm down as you exhale. Take 2 more breaths, moving the arm and the shoulder in alignment with the movement of the breath. And at the end of your exhale, just bring your hand back to your knees, your body upright, and switch the cross of your legs. Twist to your left. Let this first twist be rather neutral, just exploring what it feels like to twist and how far the body wants to go before you feel a little tightness. Twist to your right. Come back through neutral and empty your breath. And as you inhale, float the right arm up and over as you exhale. We'll stay for a whole breath, just letting the body sort of move more into that. And then up on the inhale, follow with your left arm and come over to the side as you exhale, and a full cycle of breath here. Come up on your breath in, and this time no holding with the for a full cycle of breath. Just exhale, and then lift on the inhale and over to the right as you exhale. And we'll just take one more. Lift as you breathe in, over as you breathe out. Inhale and lift through center, and exhale, bend to the side. This time come up as you inhale and twist to the left as you exhale, and take it a little bit more. Use some effort in both the side body muscles and using your hands. Release and come through center and twist to the right. Come through center, place both hands on your knees. And think about keeping your spine tall, really tall, and the base of your spine will stay where it is. We're going to rotate the spine. I went the wrong way. We're going to rotate the spine counterclockwise 3 times and then shift. So first you'll come forward and then over to the left, back, right, and center. So as you go to each side, feel the opposite sits bone reaching down so you can feel a stretch really at the outer part of your hip. And as you come forward, then reverse that, moving to the right and back, left and forward. Take one more circle. All right, I have to move this. We're going to drape the body forward. So you may want to have your legs crossed tightly. I like to have my front foot out a little bit, and then just walk your hands forward and drop your head. So whichever leg is in front, that outer hip is going to stretch a little bit more. Just notice how it feels to stretch and be present to the sensation, only taking your hands farther as the hip welcomes that. And then notice where your breath is and send it to the lower part of your back. Let your head hang heavy. And gently walk yourself up and switch the cross of your legs and just drape your body forward again. You might notice if this side feels the same, perhaps tighter, more flexible. Gently walk yourself back up and take your legs out to the sides. So here we're going to do a little bit of seated cow-cat action. So the cow is when you rock forward and stick your butt out and lift the chest and the chin. Send the shoulder blades away from the ears and toward each other. And as you exhale, just drop all that and round, roll into the back of your sits bones. Rock forward, breathe in, lift the chest and the chin. And exhale, round and into your cat pose. One more. Breathe in, rock forward, lift your chin. And exhale and round. Stay in your rounded position as you walk your hands forward. Any amount, tuning into how the inner groin feels, the inner thighs, perhaps the back of the legs. Just notice that sensation and be present to it. Again, taking it farther only as the legs are ready. And gently press yourself up. You can cross your legs any way that feels good. And tent your fingers so that they're all kind of tented together. Yeah. And just press like the ball of your hand. Yeah. And then you're going to release all the fingers except the index finger and the thumb pressing that way. Good. And then interlace your fingers any way that feels good and release your index finger. Lift your arms up overhead, and as you exhale, bend to the left. Come up through center as you inhale, and bend to the right. Up through center, breathing in. And each time you bend, this time to the left, exhale, press that right sits bone down. Inhale, come up, and see if you can go a little bit farther than you did the last time. And take one more. Exhale and bend to the left. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, bend to the right. Lift on your breath in. Release your hands and tent up your fingers really close to your hips behind you. Lift the chest as you breathe in and stay here for the exhale. Feel what's going on in the shoulder area. And then release. Take your arms out in front of you with your palms facing up. We'll take 3 circles counterclockwise, so drop the hands to the left and around. 2, 3, and reverse. 1, 2, 3. Spread your fingers. Press the shoulder blades away from each other. Lift the fingers up toward the sky. And with your next exhale, drop the fingertips down and release. Interlace your fingers, but this time switch the order. So the opposite thumb's going to be on top, and release your index fingers. So this is going to feel really strange when you lift your arms up. And as you exhale, this time bend to the right. Inhale and lift through center. Bend to the left as you exhale. Through center, match your own time. So even though I'm saying this, if you're going slower or faster, that's fine. And take one more to each side. The exhales when you bend. The inhales when you lift. And release. We're going to twist to the right this time. Let this be the biggest twist you had yet today. And as you look over your right shoulder, take your eyeballs even farther than what your head's able to go. See how far back behind you can see. And notice if you're looking down at the floor, lift your eye gaze so it's parallel to the floor. And release, and we'll twist left. I think there's a tendency to want to look at the floor. So as you lift your gaze, your chin's naturally going to lift a little bit. Relax through the shoulders. And come back through center. Bring the soles of your feet together. Hold on to your ankles. We'll take 3 cow cats here. See if you can make them really big. So the tailbone way out, and lift your chin. Press the breastbone forward as you exhale. Roll forward. Let your elbows rest on your inner thighs. 2 more. Breathe in. Reach and stretch. And curve on your exhale. 1 more. And as you come forward, stay here and walk your hands out in front of you, gently moving a little bit deeper into the stretch in the inner thighs. Release and roll forward and take your legs straight out in front of you. Flex the feet and sit up tall. And then inhale, lifting your arms way overhead. See if you can lift your waist up out of the hip sockets and keeping the spine straight, lean forward through the heart. So if it's not very far, that's fine. You want to keep your arms up as high as you can, your upper arms close to your ears. And stay steady with the breath, maybe even activating your Ujjayi breath here. And with your exhale, lower your arms, drop your head, and drape your body over your legs. You can relax the flexing of your feet. Notice how it feels different. The belly presses against the thighs as you inhale. Let that exhale be so empty that you can feel the stretch along your lower back. And gently roll up. Swing your legs around behind you, and we'll come into a wide-legged child's pose. You can let your head rest on the ground. And just notice how the body feels after moving from an upright seated position to this forward fold, and the whole front of the body is closer to the floor. And then come forward all the way onto your belly. over your head with your hands, with your elbows out to the sides. Just drop your forehead on your hands and the back of your hands and roll your head from side to side, and also rock your hips from side to side. Eventually coming to stillness. Notice how it feels to press the belly into the floor as you inhale. And the weight of the body getting heavier as you exhale. And then press yourself up to your elbows. Check to see that your elbows are directly under your shoulders, not too far out or pulled way back in. And press the elbows into the ground. It's going to lift your breastbone and send the shoulders farther away from your ears. Squeeze your glutes and press your pubic bone down, and notice how much stronger you feel here. By stronger, I think I mean more like solid in the body. And then relax the effort, but stay up on your elbows and bend your knees. You can rotate your feet around your ankles a few times. Swing your shins from side to side. And straighten your legs and slide the right leg out, your knees bent. You're going to be at this figure, or this letter H. Walk your elbows around to the right. Point your left toe and look at your right knee. Walk back through center. Straighten that right leg and just pause for a moment here. And then as you're ready, send the left knee out to the side. Walk your elbows toward the left and look over your shoulder. Point your right toe. As soon as you point your right toe, you'll feel that stretch on the lower right waist area, maybe around the front of the thigh a little bit. And then come back through center. Come all the way down onto your belly, stretching the left arm straight out in front of you and roll over to your left side. So right away, it's a little bit of a balance. And then bend your right knee and reach back and grab your right foot with your right hand. You want to grab the top of your foot. Notice how this kind of changes the balance. If you need more support under you, you can bring that left knee forward and bend your knee. And then press the foot into your hand. You'll stretch the right shoulder, the right quads. You feel the back of the leg activate a bit here. Release your foot, use your right hand in front of you to support your body as you bring the bent right knee in front of you. Then bend your left knee, and again, reach back with your right hand and grab the top of your left foot. Activate your right shoulder, pulling it down away from your ear and back, like pulling the shoulder blade toward the spine. Release your hand, let the foot come long on the mat. Roll back onto your body, straightening the right leg, and come back onto your elbows. So we've stretched both thighs in different ways. Notice if they feel different, somewhat different, or the same. We'll take that on the other side. So stretch the right arm in front of you and roll over to your right side. Pause for a moment here, getting your balance. And then bend the left knee and reach back and grab the top of that foot with your left hand. Notice what's going on in the left shoulder. Activate the shoulder blade by pulling it towards your spine. And continue taking those deep belly breaths. Release your hand from your foot and use that left hand to support the front of your body and bring your left knee bent in front of you. And then go ahead and bend the right knee and again reach back with the left hand to grab the top of the right foot. Notice if you stopped and held your breath at any point in the movement. Reset the steadiness of your breath. Release that foot, and again come onto your belly and just press yourself back into your child's pose. So you can have your knees close together, or you can have them wide. I always like them wide. There's just more pressure in the belly if you have them together. And take 3 breaths here. Press yourself to your hands and knees. We're going to come back to a seated position, so just bring your knees forward and sit back. Straighten your left leg and cross your right ankle over your left knee, and you want to sit up tall. So your left leg is going to be straight. Right ankle over the left knee, and then interlace your fingers with your toes. I want to dig down into the webbing of both the foot and the hand as much as possible. And then you can rotate your foot around, wiggle your toes, flex and point the foot. So you're getting some movement in the ankle as well as that separation of the toes. I like to use the thumb of both hands actually in the arch. Press around in your arch. Might be some tightness. Release your hands and then hold onto your ankle and your knee and sit up tall. Relax through the shoulders and the sides of your neck. Breathe in. Open your mouth and sigh it out as you bring your hands forward over your left leg. It might be a lot, it might be a little. And relax. 3 breaths here, letting that right knee be heavy, easing into the sensation in the outer right hip, and stay mindful to the movement of the breath. And roll up. I'm going to swing this right leg around behind, keeping it bent. And just let that right hip, like the sits bone, be heavy, sinking down towards the ground. Then see if you can keep that right sits bone reaching to the ground as you take your right hand to the outside of your left leg and creepy crawl your fingers forward, draping your body over the left leg. Relax in the shoulders. And gently roll up. Swing the right leg back around and hook the left ankle over the right knee. Interlace your fingers of the right hand with the toes of the left foot. And begin to move those toes forward and back. Again, rotate your ankle. Massage in the arch. And unhook that lacing of your fingers and toes. Hold on to your right ankle and your left knee and sit up tall. Hinge at the hips, leading with the heart bone, keeping the head lifted. Relax to the shoulders and remain steady with the breath. Use your inhale to lift up and come out of the stretch. Swing your left leg around behind and press the sits bone down. And think about that sits bone, the left sits bone, still reaching down as you take your left hand along the right side of the right leg and begin to come forward. So as soon as that hip sits bone comes up, that means that's your edge. So you're still sending the sits bone down as you drape forward over this right leg. And roll up. Swing the left leg around in front of you. You're just going to lie down on your back. We'll come into our Shavasana. Shavasana in this class is different from other classes because it's not the conclusion of the practice. It's rather, we call it like a physical assessment, just noticing how the body feels, if there's anything else that still needs to be worked out. It's the final pose before we begin our seated meditation. So rest here, and I'll call you out in a couple of minutes. Gently begin to wiggle fingers and toes, adding movement, knowing that your next step is to move into your seated meditation. You can draw your knees into your chest and roll to your side. As you're ready, just go ahead and sit up. Begin to prepare your seat, your location. We'll be able to meditate for about 5 minutes today. We'll meditate to the Om chant. Om is the sound of the beginning, the end, the all, and the nothing. And as the monks are chanting, it sort of invites us into this space of everything and nothing all at once. So sit comfortably. Let your mind settle on the breath. I'll call you out after 5 minutes. Namaste. Happy New Year and have a great day.